Ćao ljudi, ovdje Mateja sa Heavy Talks bloga. Večeras je sa nama Elina Siirala iz benda Leaves Eyes. So, hi Elina, how are you?
Hello, I'm good, and thanks for having me for the interview.
So, this is like your first time here in Serbia.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. I'm really excited to actually visit quite a few places for the first time on this tour. And yes, Serbia is one of them.
And so you came earlier today, so can you like saw the city and all that?
A little bit. We walked around. It was very nice, pleasant weather, no cold, and warm breeze. It was really nice, but not too much. So I have to come back one day.
Yeah, it's like very strange day, very strange weather today. So.
Yeah.
All right, so your first time here because you are actually like a new name for the audience here in Serbia and in our region of ex-Yugoslavia.
Okay.
So can you tell us a bit of history about the band, like some digest stuff?
Yeah, sure. I mean, the band has been already going since 2003. So it's actually celebrating already over 20 years. And I joined the band in 2016. And ever since we've been touring the world everywhere, and I've made 3 albums with the band plus some EPs. And if people don't know, the band is actually a lot based on the Nordic mythology. So to be more specific, the Norwegian viking culture and stuff like that. So a lot of the songs are based on historical events and people. And now the new album also on mystical and mythical subjects. So yeah, it's very, let's say, it paints pictures for your mind, the music a lot.
Yeah, so the music is like some
Yes,
stuff,
it combines symphonic elements, also native instruments.
Oh.
We use a lot of like nickel harpa and those kind of instruments, violins and stuff that bring this kind of nice spice to the mix. And then,
to make it more authentic.
Yeah, exactly. And then of course some songs are more symphonic and some are more atmospheric. So there's a lot of different variety in the music.
And actually you have like many members of the band. How many of members?
Yeah, it's 6 of us on stage. So two guitars, bass, drums, and then Alex and me. So
yeah. So it's more like classic kind of lineup. So nothing unusual there.
Yeah, I mean, I guess what's classic one depends on it, but yeah, it's a bit more people, I guess, than you would usually have.
All right, so you actually are promoting your last album.
Yep.
For like 2 years now.
Yeah, it came out actually last year, so almost exactly 1 year ago in March. Yeah, so Midst of Fate. That's our latest album, and now we're finally bringing this album to the other countries of Europe. We did kind of like half last year, and now we're coming to the rest.
Yeah, I also saw that with that album you got like very high positions in the charts in Germany and everywhere else in the world.
Yeah, it was really well received, and a lot of people think it's the best album, and it sounds a little bit different. And for me personally, it's definitely the best vocally for me. So I'm very happy and proud of the album. Yeah,
and that's why it became that way, because when all the people involved in project are proud of that, then it should be a very big thing.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So what are like the plans with the promotion of that album? Is there like any other action beside the tour that you are doing?
Well, I mean, we are playing, of course, festivals in the summer, and then there are plans to go also to Latin America and Asia and stuff like this. And we would love to go back to US as well, but at the moment it's very difficult with the visas and everything. It's the cost out to the roof. But yeah, there are a lot of plans, so we hope to play still a lot. And of course, there's still already a new album coming, so we already started new material.
Did you already record it, or you're just waiting for everything else to?
We are at the moment gathering material and working, but there will be an EP coming also. So yeah, watch this space.
Yeah. Okay. So it will be very interesting time coming for you as a band.
Yeah, absolutely.
And for your fans. All right. So, what are like your musical influences? I mean, for the whole band, for all this story, because there is a many different bands and styles which covers that Nordic mythology stuff and all that. So, which way is your way?
Yeah, I can't speak for the other guys, of course. I mean, we are all have our different backgrounds, and people are maybe sometimes surprised to hear that I'm actually not so much listening to symphonic metal myself, that I love the 80s heavy metal and rock a lot. So this is kind of my probably the most, but you know, I'm from the classical background, so I'm very broad like minded. I listen to a lot of stuff. I like Queen, that's one of my favorite bands ever, also the singer Freddie Mercury, and anything that's good. I think in almost every genre there's something good. And I like to also use these influences a lot. But then, of course, my voice is my voice, and I think it fits to a certain type of music, and I try to really push myself further and further with this as well, so I can, you know, bring new sides into the music with my voice.
Yeah, so you mentioned the classical music background, so you studied music?
Yeah, my whole family are actually classical musicians, so it's kind of like what I grew up with. It's just was normal for me to have around everyone playing, and then I started singing myself when I was 17, like taking lessons, I mean. And then studied a degree, and then I moved to London, so got into the metal and rock, and it was a long journey, but it's been really great.
So what is like, what introduced you to rock and roll?
It was probably during this, I was studying in London, and we had one module that was more like blues and rock, and I really loved performing the rock. Like for me, the power, like more power in the guitars and drums. But then I thought, like, my voice is not really gonna fit this, and then I started writing music, my own band, to try and find music that I could sing. And then I started finding out, like, there are actually bands like this around. And then I met, of course, musicians in London that introduced me to all this metal underground world and all the clubs and everything. So gradually I got into more and more.
So what are like you mentioned like the Queen as your favorite band.
Yeah.
So what else you like?
Like Survivor, Journey, the Kiss, that kind of 80s stuff, but also a lot of other stuff. So I'm not very limited with this.
So do you love like something more extreme?
Yeah, sure. I mean, my partner is also playing in a band called Hate, and of course the guys in Atrocity. So this kind of music is also, I think, it has a different kind of power, and it's very interesting to combine so many different things. Also the symphonics also sometimes there.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds pretty good actually.
Yeah.
All right. So you also mentioned that you have a new music in the making. You're in the process right now. So I suppose we can expect new material in about a year or two.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, there will be an EP coming out. So that's some of the things that already been recorded. So we have something in our pockets that's going to be very exciting to bring it out. And then we are doing new material as well. We work with Jonah Weingarten, who did the orchestrations for Myths of Fate. And it's really great to work with him. He's incredible, and we can really bring all the best elements together, and let's see what we come up with this time. I think it will be really great.
Yeah, so I listened a bit of your last album.
Yeah.
I mean, personally, not my cup of tea, but I can really like respect the quality of it,
Yeah.
and the effort that is put onto it.
Yeah.
So no matter what do you personally like,
exactly.
you cannot disrespect the quality.
Yeah.
Which is
I
pretty
like
obvious
this as
in your
well.
case.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So what can we expect from tonight's performance?
Oh, tonight I think will be really, really nice. We have a great stage, so space on stage, and yeah, like you said, first time in Serbia for me. So yeah, it will be very exciting. I'm looking forward to meeting the people and bringing the new music here. So yeah, really excited.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that also sounds interesting. So I also have a couple of questions about like the business side of everything you do. So you obviously have a label, which is AMF, if I'm correct.
Actually, we just signed a new record label.
Oh, which one?
Yeah, the Rain in Phoenix Music. So that's really new. It was just a week ago announced. So I'm not wondering they maybe missed it. So we are not with AFM anymore, and we're looking forward to this new chapter now, and it will be really, really cool for us to. I can't talk about it too much, but it will be really nice cooperation with the guys.
Yeah, because like maybe a week ago I spoke to Olaf Wikstrand from Enforcer. And they were like on Nuclear Blast, and they had a few albums with the Nuclear Blast, which is like maybe the biggest metal label right now. I mean, in last 20 years. So AMF is also a pretty big name when it comes to the labels. So what kind of treatment did you have within the label?
Oh, we had a really good working relationship also with AFM. It was just time to make a change, and also Alex is he has his own contacts, and he's very involved now also in this filmmaking. He's filming all our music videos and stuff, so it's a really good combination to bring together with this new company, and it's just like he said, coming also like a family back together, because he knows these people from like a long time.
Yeah, so it's like pushing the band a step further.
Yeah. Of course, that's what everyone wants to do anyway. But nothing negative to say about AFM. It was all good, and they were really good to us.
And I have to ask, what are your thoughts about the music streaming? Because there are like many musicians today, not just metal musicians, not just rock and roll musicians, who are complaining about the profit from the streaming services. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think it's kind of like a sad development in a way, how it changed. Let's say it was very different around 2005, 2008, when I think the streaming, they started around, if I'm not wrong, at least they became much bigger, and it became much more difficult for the bands in general. It's just like the whole music business has shifted a lot, and I'm not an expert, but I know this for sure, and it's just more and more difficult, and it's in my opinion very sad, because as you said, we put so much effort into making an album, everything that goes into it, and then fraction of like the financial side that you get back through the streaming is just not in balance.
Yeah, that is pretty obvious, because like the physical versions of music, like CDs, vinyls and stuff, they just became like not that interesting part of the merch catalog.
Yeah.
Is that the case with you also?
Well, I think metal fans are a little bit different in this way, that they still like to have the physical CDs and vinyls a lot. But yeah, of course it changed also. People don't buy so much physical items anymore. So, but I think it's also that if you're really a fan, then you want to support the band. I think a lot of people still get the shirts and everything.
That's how it should be.
Yeah.
If you love something, then go and buy it.
Yeah.
It's also like the the better feeling when you have that in your hand, when you can smell it
absolutely,
actually,
and read the booklet and everything.
yeah, and all the stuff, because there are bands who have like very interesting
Yes.
visual art in
It's
their.
a big part of Live Size as well, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's actually what once, like in the 80s, sold the product.
Yeah, absolutely.
And now I suppose that the main profit for the band, not just for your bands, but for the bands like you generally, is like selling the merch, selling the T-shirts and all that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, this is like I said, I don't claim to be an expert on this side, and Alex is more taking care of this business side of the band. But it is a big part. Touring in general also is very expensive nowadays. After Corona, all the buses and everything is even higher. So the merch is a big, very important part of the touring. So yeah. If people can support us, then yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, because maybe like 2 or 3 years ago, I saw in some of the website on Blabbermouth, or I don't know where, that Anthrax actually cancelled their whole European tour in one moment.
Oh yeah.
Because it became
yes.
pretty expensive for them. I mean,
yeah.
we know who Anthrax are.
Yeah.
They're legends.
Yeah.
They're a pretty big band.
There you go. Yeah.
And what is the state of all this stuff if the band like that can't do it anymore?
Yes, exactly.
So it's kind of pretty sad.
Yeah.
You know. So they I mean, maybe majority of the bands, they can only play like some festivals and stuff. Nobody can do a full proper headline tour anymore. Except if you're Iron Maiden or Metallica.
Exactly.
I mean, even Judas Priest, they're pretty much more on the festivals, fortunately, as a headliners than as a solo artists.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It makes me really sad as a fan to see that.
Yeah.
All right. So for the people who didn't listen Live Eyes before, what is your subscription for them to listen? Which album or which song specifically? Or
well, I mean, I think there are so many great songs Live Eyes have made, and you can also hear the development and the different sides of the music. You have songs like Forged by Fire, that is like, you know, hardcore or more like a belter of a song, and then you have Goddess of the Night. These are both from the new album, a great ballad. So you can everything from in between, and of course if you're into any kind of historical subjects and Viking themes, then this is definitely the place to come and listen to the songs. For me, I'm biased, so I love this new album, of course. But of course we have also The Last Viking and The Sign of the Dragon Head, and then all the material before me. So there's plenty of stuff for people to find their favorites.
Yeah, but what is like the album which you personally think that will be most appealing to other people?
Of course it's The Myths of Fate, the latest one. Yeah, like I said, for me also vocally it's my best work so far. So
it's pretty diverse.
That's what I want to promote.
Yeah. All right. So I hope you have a great show tonight.
Thank you.
I hope that you had a great time in Serbia. So see you some next time.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you.